My name is Eva. I love to sing. It is like a secret friend inside me. When I sing, my heart feels light, like a bird flying in the blue sky. But this secret friend is very shy. I am very shy. I only sing when I am all alone, when nobody can hear me. If someone is near, my voice hides. It becomes small and quiet, like a little mouse. I work in a small coffee shop. It is a cozy place, warm and friendly. The coffee smells good. People come to read books or talk softly with friends. I like my job. I make coffee. I clean the tables. I smile at the customers. My life is simple. I live in a small apartment. I have a cat named Luna. Luna likes my singing. She purrs when I sing to her. She is my best audience. When the coffee shop is quiet and I am cleaning, I sometimes hum. I hum soft songs I make up in my head. I think no one can hear me. My humming is like a little whisper. I think it is only for me and the empty coffee cups. One day, a new customer came to the coffee shop. His name was Sam. He was tall, and he had kind eyes. His hair was the color of dark coffee. He smiled at me when he ordered his drink. It was a warm smile, like sunshine. He came every day after that. He always ordered a black coffee and a small cookie. He would sit by the window and read a book, or sometimes just look outside. He looked like he was thinking deep thoughts. I was still shy, of course. I would say, "Hello, Sam. Your usual coffee?" And he would say, "Yes, please, Eva. Thank you." His voice was calm and gentle. I liked listening to his voice. One afternoon, the coffee shop was very quiet. Only Sam was there, reading his book. I was wiping the tables. A little song was in my head. It was a happy song. I started to hum it very softly. I forgot Sam was there. I was lost in my little song. Suddenly, Sam looked up from his book. He looked at me. My heart jumped. Oh no, he heard me. I stopped humming, immediately. My face felt hot. I wanted to hide. Sam smiled. It was not a teasing smile. It was a kind smile. He said, "That was a beautiful melody, Eva." I looked down at the table I was cleaning. I could not look at him. "Oh," I said. My voice was very small. "It was nothing, just a silly tune." He shook his head a little. "No, it was lovely. You have a nice voice." My face felt even hotter. "Thank you," I whispered. I quickly finished cleaning and went behind the counter. I hoped he would forget about it. I hoped he would not ask me to sing. The thought made my hands cold. Singing for someone? No, I could not do that. But Sam did not forget. He started to talk to me a little more each day. Not just about coffee. He asked about my day. He asked what books I liked, and he asked about music. He told me he was a musician. He played the guitar. He wrote his own songs. This surprised me. A real musician. I always loved music so much. It was like a dream to talk to a musician. "You like music, Eva?" he asked one day. I nodded. "Yes, very much. Do you play any instrument? No, I said. I just, I just like to listen, and sometimes I sing, but only when I am alone. I felt brave saying that much. He smiled his kind smile again. You said you sing alone. You have a lovely voice, even when you hum. I heard it, remember? I nodded, looking at my hands. They were busy wiping the counter, even though the counter was already clean. Music should be shared, Ava, he said softly. It is like a gift. But, he added quickly, only when you are ready. There is no rush. His words stayed with me. Music should be shared. But how? My shyness was like a big tall wall around me. I could not climb over it. One Saturday, I did not have to work. The sun was shining. I decided to go to the park. I loved the park. It was full of trees and flowers. I took a book with me. I found a quiet bench under a big tree. As I was reading, I heard music. It was a guitar. The music was beautiful. It was soft and flowing like a gentle river. I looked around, and then I saw him. It was Sam. He was sitting on the grass under another tree not too far away. He was playing his guitar. His eyes were closed. He was lost in his music. Some people stopped to listen. Children danced to the music. It was a lovely scene. His music made everyone feel happy. It made me feel happy too. I watched him for a long time. I did not go near. I was too shy. But I listened. And in my heart, I wished I could sing with him. Just a little. But the wall of my shyness was still there. So tall, so strong. Sam continued to come to the coffee shop. He was always kind. He was always friendly. Sometimes, when he ordered his coffee, he would hum a little tune, a new song he was working on. What do you think of this, Eva? He would ask, after humming a few notes. At first, I was too shy to say anything, but he looked at me with such open, honest eyes. He really wanted to know. So, I started to say small things. That part is very pretty, I might say. Or maybe it could be a little slower there. He listened carefully to my small suggestions. He would nod. You are right, Eva. That sounds better. Or, that is a good idea. Thank you. One day he said, You have a good ear for music, Eva. You understand it. His words were like little drops of water on a thirsty plant. They made me feel a little bit stronger, a little bit braver. Maybe, just maybe, my secret friend, my singing voice, was not so silly after all. Then, one afternoon, when the coffee shop was closing, Sam asked me something that made my heart beat like a drum. A fast, loud drum. Eva, he said, his voice gentle. I have an idea. I have a small music studio. It is a quiet place. No one else goes there much. Would you like to come and just try singing a little? Just for fun. No one else will be there. Just us. Just the music. I stared at him. My mouth felt dry. Go to his studio? Sing? My mind was full of fear. What if I sounded terrible? What if I forgot the words? What if my voice shook so much I could not make a sound? But then I looked at Sam's face. His eyes were kind. He was not pushing me. He was inviting me. A small part of me, a very small, quiet part, felt a little bit excited. A tiny spark of hope. I don't know, Sam, I said. My voice was a whisper. I am very shy. I know, he said softly. And that is okay. There is no pressure at all. Just think about it. If you want to try, we can. If not, that is perfectly fine too. We can still talk about music here. I thought about it for a long time. That night I could not sleep very well. I thought about his offer. It was a big step for me. A huge step. Could I do it? Was I brave enough? Luna, my cat, curled up beside me, purring. It was like she was saying, "You can do it, Eva." The next day at the coffee shop, I was very nervous when Sam came in. I made his coffee. My hands were trembling a little. He smiled at me. He did not ask about the studio. He just talked about the weather, about a new book he was reading. He was giving me space. I was grateful for that. Finally, when he was about to leave, I took a deep breath, a very deep breath. "Sam?" I said. He turned. "Yes, Eva? I would like to try," I said. "To visit your studio. To sing a little." The words came out in a rush. A big, warm smile spread across Sam's face. "That's wonderful, Eva. I am so happy. How about Saturday afternoon? Around 2 o'clock?" "Okay," I whispered. My heart was still beating fast, but now there was also that little spark of excitement. It was growing bigger. Saturday came very quickly. I was so nervous. I changed my clothes 3 times. What do you wear to sing in a studio for the first time? I did not know. I finally chose a simple dress. My hands were cold. My stomach felt like it was full of butterflies. Many, many butterflies. Sam's studio was in an old building. It was small but very cozy. There were guitars on the wall, a piano in the corner, a microphone standing in the middle of the room. It looked so professional, so scary. Sam saw my nervous face. He smiled gently. "Come in, Eva. Make yourself comfortable. Would you like some tea?" "Yes, please," I said. My voice was still shaky. He made tea. We sat on a small sofa. We talked about silly things for a few minutes. About my cat, Luna. About a funny dog he saw in the park. He was trying to help me relax. I knew that. And I was thankful. Then, he picked up his guitar. "I thought we could start with a simple song," he said. "A song you know. How about Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star?" He smiled. I laughed a little. That was a children's song. It made me feel less nervous. "Okay," I said. He started to play the melody on his guitar. It was soft and gentle. "Just hum along if you like," he said. "Or sing softly. Whatever feels right. No pressure." I listened to his guitar. The melody was so familiar, so comforting. I started to hum, very, very quietly. My voice was small, but it was there. Sam nodded, still playing. He did not look at me too much. He let me be. Then I sang a few words. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. My voice was shaky. I could hear it, but I kept going. How I wonder what you are. When the short song finished, I looked at Sam. I was afraid. He would say it was bad, but he was smiling, a genuine, happy smile. That was wonderful, Eva, he said. Really, you have such a sweet, clear voice. I could not believe it. Really? Yes, really. We tried another simple song, and then another. Each time I sang a little more. My voice was still soft, but it was a little less shaky. Sam was so patient. He never pushed me. He just played his guitar and let me find my way. We met a few more times in his studio after that. Every Saturday afternoon. It became our special time. I started to look forward to it. The butterflies in my stomach were still there, but now they felt more like excited butterflies, not scared ones. Each time I sang a little more, my voice grew a little stronger, a little more confident. Sam taught me things. He taught me how to breathe properly when I sing. He taught me about different notes, high notes and low notes. He made it all sound so simple, so interesting. I started to enjoy singing with his guitar. It felt so natural, so right. It was like my voice and his guitar were friends. They understood each other. We also talked a lot during those Saturday afternoons. We talked about music, of course, about our favorite songs, our favorite singers. But we also talked about other things. About our dreams, about our fears, about our families. I learned that Sam dreamed of writing songs that touched people's hearts. He wanted his music to make people feel happy or understood. He was not interested in being famous. He just loved music. I told him about my dream. My secret dream of singing for others, but how my shyness always stopped me. He listened so carefully. He never made me feel silly for being shy. He understood. I realized something during those afternoons. I was not just singing with a musician. I was singing with a friend, a very good friend. And deep in my heart, a new feeling was starting to grow. A feeling warmer than friendship. I liked Sam. I liked his kindness. I liked his passion for music. I liked the way he looked at me when I sang, like I was someone special. One Saturday, Sam said something that surprised me very much. Eva, he said, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Let's try to write a song together. Our song. I stared at him. Me? Write a song? But I am not a writer. I don't know how. He smiled. Yes, you, Eva. You have beautiful words in your heart. I know it. You have feelings. You have thoughts. That is what songs are made of. So we started. It was slow at first. I was shy about sharing my words, but Sam was so encouraging. Just write what you feel, he said. There are no wrong words in a song. I thought about my journey, about my shyness, about how music was helping me find my voice. I wrote some words about a little bird afraid to sing. But then, the bird heard another song, a kind song, and it found the courage to open its beak. I showed the words to Sam. I was nervous. What if he thought they were silly? He read them slowly. Then he looked up at me. His eyes were shining. "Eva, these are beautiful," he said. "These are perfect." Then he picked up his guitar. He started to play a melody, a new melody, a melody that seemed to fit my words perfectly. It was a gentle, hopeful melody. We worked on the song together. He helped me find more words. I helped him with the melody. It was like we were building something beautiful, piece by piece. It was our song. It was about two hearts finding music, together. It was about courage and friendship, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of love. The coffee shop where I worked was owned by a kind lady named Mrs. Davis. She was always smiling and cheerful. One day, Mrs. Davis told us she was planning a small party, a party for the regular customers to thank them for their support. "It will be next Saturday evening," she said. "Just some snacks, some drinks, and some good company." Then she looked at Sam. "Sam, you are a musician, right? Would you be willing to play some music for us? Just a few songs. It would make the party so special." Sam smiled. "I would love to, Mrs. Davis." Then he turned and looked at me. My heart started to beat fast again. I knew what he was thinking. "Eva," he said, his voice soft but clear. "Would you sing our song with me? At the party?" My whole body froze. Sing? In front of people? In front of Mrs. Davis and all the customers I saw every day? My shyness, that tall, strong wall, suddenly felt 10 times taller. I could not breathe. I wanted to say no. A very loud no. I wanted to run away and hide. The thought of singing in front of everyone was terrifying. My hands started to feel cold and clammy. But then, I looked at Sam. He was looking at me with so much belief in his eyes. He was not pushing me. He was asking. He believed I could do it. I thought about our song, the song we wrote together, the song about the little bird finding its voice, the song about courage. I took a small, shaky breath. I looked at Sam, then at my own hands, then back at Sam. He waited patiently. "Okay, Sam," I whispered. My voice was barely audible. I will try." Sam's face lit up with a huge smile. "That's wonderful, Eva. I knew you could do it." He sounded so happy, so proud. Mrs. Davis clapped her hands. "Oh, that's fantastic. Eva, I didn't know you sang. This will be such a treat." I managed a small, wobbly smile. Inside, I was still terrified, but a tiny part of me also felt a thrill of doing something brave, something new. The week leading up to the party was a blur of nerves and practice. Every evening, after the coffee shop closed, Sam and I would stay a little later. He would play his guitar, and I would sing our song. We also practiced a few other simple songs that I knew, Each time we practiced, I felt a little bit more comfortable. My voice grew steadier, but the thought of singing in front of an audience still made my stomach churn. What if I forgot the words? What if my voice cracked? What if people didn't like it? Sam was my rock. He was always calm, always encouraging. "You sound beautiful, Eva," he would say. "Just sing from your heart. That's all that matters." He would tell me stories about his first performances, how nervous he was. It made me feel like I was not alone in my fear. Finally, Saturday evening arrived. The coffee shop was decorated with little lights and flowers. It looked so festive. Customers started to arrive, familiar faces, people I served coffee to every day. They were all chatting and laughing. My hands were so cold. I kept rubbing them together. My heart was pounding in my chest like a wild drum. I felt like I couldn't breathe properly. I wanted to tell Sam I couldn't do it. I wanted to run home to Luna. Sam must have seen the fear in my eyes. He came over to me. He gently took one of my cold hands. "Hey," he said softly. "It's okay to be nervous. Everyone gets nervous. Even me." I looked at him. "But what if I mess up?" "Then you mess up," he said with a smile. "It's not the end of the world. We'll just laugh about it later. The important thing is that you are trying. You are being brave. I am so proud of you." "Eva!" His words helped a little. His hand holding mine felt warm and reassuring. Mrs. Davis clapped her hands to get everyone's attention. "Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming. Tonight we have a special musical treat. Our very own Sam and, for the first time, our lovely Eva." Everyone clapped. I felt my face turn red. This was it. There was no turning back. Sam led me to a small, cleared space near the window. He had his guitar. There was a microphone for me, just like in his studio, but this time it was real. There were people watching. Sam started to play his guitar. It was the gentle, familiar melody of our song, the song we wrote together. He looked at me and smiled. It was a smile full of support, full of encouragement. It was a smile that said, "You can do this." I took a deep breath. I closed my eyes for just a moment. I thought about the little bird in our song. I thought about Sam's belief in me. I thought about how far I had come from humming alone to standing here. Then I opened my eyes, looked towards the friendly faces, and I started to sing. My voice was a little shaky at first. I could hear it, but I kept going. I sang the words we wrote, words about being shy, about finding courage, words from my heart as I sang. I looked at Sam. He was playing his guitar, his eyes on me, a soft smile on his face. Seeing him there, so calm, so supportive, gave me strength. My voice grew steadier, stronger. I started to feel the music. I started to feel the meaning of our song. I forgot about being nervous. I just sang. I sang for Sam. I sang for myself. I sang for everyone in that little coffee shop. When the song ended, there was a moment of silence. A very short moment. It felt like a lifetime. Did they like it? Did I sound okay? Then someone started to clap, and then another person. And then the whole coffee shop was filled with applause. People were smiling. Some were even cheering a little. Mrs. Davis rushed over and gave me a big hug. "Eva, that was absolutely beautiful," she said. "You have an amazing voice." I looked at Sam. His eyes were shining with pride. He was beaming. "You did it, Eva," he whispered, his voice full of emotion. "You really did it." I felt tears in my eyes. Happy tears. I had faced my biggest fear, and I had won. I had shared my song. That night, something changed inside me. I learned that sharing your voice, your song, is a beautiful thing. Yes, it can be scary. The fear might always be there, a little bit. But the joy of sharing, the connection you make with people through music is so much bigger than the fear. Especially when you have someone by your side, someone who believes in you. Sam and I continued to make music together. We sang at the coffee shop a few more times. We even played at a small local festival. Each time it got a little easier. Each time I felt a little braver. Our friendship also grew deeper. We spent more and more time together, not just for music. We went for walks in the park. We watched movies. We talked for hours about everything and nothing, and the feeling in my heart. The feeling that was warmer than friendship. It grew too. I realized I was in love with Sam. I loved his kindness, his talent, his patience, his smile. I loved the way he looked at me when I sang. One evening, after we finished practicing a new song, Sam looked at me. His eyes were serious, but also soft. "Ava," he said, "our music, it's special, isn't it?" I nodded. "Yes, Sam, it really is. I think," he continued, taking my hand, "I think it's not just the music that's special. I think we are special together." My heart did a little flip. "I think so too," I whispered. He smiled, a beautiful, tender smile. "Ava, I think my heart has found its song with you." Tears welled up in my eyes again. "Mine too, Sam," I said. "Mine too." And so our love story began, with a shared song and a melody of two hearts beating as one. Love, I learned, is a lot like music. Sometimes it's a quiet hum, a secret melody you keep in your heart. Sometimes it needs a little courage to be sung out loud. Sometimes it's a duet, a harmony created by two people who understand each other perfectly. I still feel shy sometimes. That part of me might never completely go away, and that is okay, because now I know I have a voice, and more importantly, I have Sam. He helps me find my courage. He helps me sing my song. Life is full of surprises. A shy girl working in a coffee shop can find her voice and her love because of a kind musician who heard her humming. If you have a dream, a secret song hidden in your heart, please don't be afraid to let it out. Maybe you are shy like I was. That is okay. Many of us are, but you are stronger than you think. Find your courage little by little, and maybe, just maybe, You will find someone who will help you sing your song, someone whose heart beats to the same rhythm as yours. Life can be a beautiful song. You just need to listen for the music. And sometimes, the most beautiful songs are not solos. They are duets, found when two hearts learn to sing together. They are the music of love. And that is the best music of all. You can find your song too. Just keep listening, keep trying, keep believing. Your melody is waiting.